So remember that what to do. We have to use only those functions. We do not need to write those functions again in our program, right? You may consider if something is already prepared, already available in the market, why will you bother to make it again? Of course not. So in same way, this is data abstraction you can achieve in your program, right? Okay, so this is only about that in this lesson. So some questions are given in review insight. You can see name two principles. So here it is given object and class, but you have to remember only four principles: data abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, and encapsulation. Okay, don't learn these two. What do you understand by the term data abstraction? Explain with an example. So I have already told this. What does reusability mean? Reusability means to use something or to use some features again, and this reusability feature is achieved by the help of inheritance. Inheritance, what were we doing? We were sharing the properties of one class to another class. So what we are doing, we are reusing. Okay, we are reusing the properties of one class to another class, right? So this is called the reusability feature. Name an object-oriented principle that allows a function to be used for multiple purposes. Of course, I told this is polymorphism. The same name function we can use for multiple purpose. For example, area, we can, but remember the implementation of each function will be different, right? Earlier I told. So see, if you want to see it again, here you can see the name is same, that is volume, but the work is different of these three functions. The first function will calculate the volume of cube, second will calculate the volume of cuboid, and third will calculate the volume of, it is not the circle, it is sphere, right? Circle, because circle is a 2D figure. Okay, so don't get confused about that. We are using the similar name, that is volume, but these are using for different purposes. So this is what we call that polymorphism. Okay, state the Java concept that is implemented through a superclass and subclass. Of course, inheritance, the act of representing essential features of a class without including the background details. Of course, inheritance. What is inheritance? I already explained. Encapsulation, I explained. In what way is our encapsulation and data abstraction are interrelated? Okay, see, in encapsulation what we are doing, we are grouping, we are wrapping data and functions into a single unit, right? So remember that data is kept hidden, which cannot be accessed directly outside the class. It means, remember, the data which is secured inside the class, you are not allowed to access outside the class. It depends on certain conditions, certain restrictions are there. So by the help of this feature, we are achieving the data abstraction with the encapsulation. Again, listen what we are doing. In case of data encapsulation, we are grouping into a single unit, that is data and functions. So the data and function will not float globally outside the class or outside the program. Some restrictions are there. Okay, on the basis of certain conditions, you can only get that. So in this way, you are achieving the data encapsulation with data abstraction, right? I hope this will be understood to you, right? So if you can revise these videos again, right? 3 parts are there. These are some questions, so you can see on the screen. Later on, after pausing the screen, you can read these questions. Okay, so now you are in 9th standard. What to do? Whatever I explain, on behalf of that, you have to write the answers in your notebook of these questions. Okay, later on, whenever schools will get reopened, so I will check that. So thank you, thanks for watching.